I do believe we're live.
There we go. Hi, folks. Welcome to another wonderful week in the planet Earth asylum, basically, or it feels like that sometimes.
It does, doesn't it?
So it's the 4th of May, which is interesting, actually, because the 5th of May is the 5th, which is a portal day, 5-5, basically. So we're going to talk about that when we get a few people on. We'll give you guys a few minutes to get logged in, sorted out. If we can do a sound check for whoever is here, which would be good. So, of the few people that logged in so far, if you can just give us a thumbs up, the sound sounds good, which is a good place to start.
Kira?
Yeah, perfect, which is cool.
Sound is good.
Sound
Thanks,
is
Nessie.
good. Nessie's there.
Fantastic.
In that case, we'll carry on.
Hi, Catherine.
Exactly.
Carry on what?
Carry on talking, basically. If the sound's no good, then we don't, obviously. So it's good to see you guys. I was going to pull a card, actually, whilst we're getting people logged in. So we've got our amazing Chen deck here. So let's do a little shuffle for tonight. See what the theme is. Well, our theme to start with was going to be the portal, basically, 5-5. So we're going to talk a bit about that before we get going and Chen comes in. I'm just going to quickly cut the pack, take a card, which is this card. Interesting. Which is cool. Open your heart, basically. So Chen's card for this evening is heart chakra, to open your heart. And we know that when we open our heart, we let love resonate, highest frequency that there is, which is always good. And I guess that's probably connecting to the portal energy as well, which is quite good. It's an interesting part of the topic. So what have you guys been up to? We're open to comments, questions.
Bank holiday Monday here. Actually, it's sort of, what is it, 7 o'clock at night, and the sun's just decided to pop out before it goes down. So
exactly. So what have you guys been up to? I know it's not been a bank holiday in the US or in other places. So I guess you guys have probably been to work.
Catherine, I've just been chatting to you, Catherine, haven't I, on Messenger. She says he keeps forgetting to order a Chen deck.
We can put one in the post. You guys have been talking about the menopause workshop, I think.
Yeah, we're doing a free Menno circle. That's what we're going to do. And if everybody enjoys it, then we can make it a quarterly thing, I was thinking. So yeah, got a few signed up for it. So and it's free. So
and it's girls only, apparently. I registered on it as a test. Jayne came upstairs and said, "There's no way you're coming." So I wasn't invited to the menopause
to test it, didn't
circle.
you? Because for some reason we were. I don't understand why you do, but we were charging shipping, even though it was a free. So you have to sort it out, didn't you? So you did a test. It
was a website glitch, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
A glitch.
Website or operator
glitch, probably more than a website. So turns out menopause circles and conversations are only for girls, which is kind of fine with me. So I'll find myself something else to do that evening, which will be good.
Catherine's at work. Can you send this one?
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Sorry, it's somebody on
Where do you want to pass my phone?
Yeah. Somebody, I think, on YouTube, who is saying, I got a clearing done. However, I still experience itching skin. Are some entities harder to remove? And are some also requiring multiple clearings? Everybody's different, basically.
Yeah, it's a good question. For some people, they're gone immediately, really, as soon as. For other people, it can take a couple of goes to obviously do that. So if you just had a clearing with us, obviously, then drop Jayne an email, contact@andy-poulter.co.uk, and we'll basically do a quick follow-up and see what's going on, which will be good.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, everyone's
always
different.
Do let us know if you are still having a few problems. Let us know. Don't just think, oh, okay, that didn't work, because sometimes it does take more than one. Make sure you're keeping up with your spiritual protection. That's the main thing, really. As soon as you've had your clearing, thereafter, every day, you need to be doing your protection to try and stay sovereign. That's quite an important part of the clearing, isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause it's all about vibration, really. It's all about bringing your vibration up. I think this is one of the things that it took me a long time to learn 20 years ago, really, is obviously by kind of practicing intention and spiritual protection and bringing our vibration up, then we move out of the frequency that these negative energies exist in, and therefore they can't connect to you. I know we talk about it on our courses quite a bit, that Chen sort of showed me an image years and years ago, basically, of the old-fashioned roundabouts that spin round, the ones that you try and jump on when you're kind of kids, basically, and someone spins
the little ones
it.
in the playground.
Yeah, the playground ones. And he said, think of that, as that vibration increases and just starts to go really, really quickly, you can't jump on. So people then are on the roundabout, they're kind of protected and safe. And it's the same concept with your vibration. As your vibration comes up, you start to vibrate at this higher frequency, and therefore these negative energies aren't able to connect and to interfere with you in the same way they can, obviously, when you have a bit of a lower vibration. So a lot of it is about thinking about your own practices, spiritual clearing, intention, thought, meditation. And we've got a whole load of meditations now that are free on our website you can hop over to, and all of them start off with grounding, chakras opening, clearing your energy with intention. Some of them connect to guides and ask the guides excuse me, to do that as well. We've had a bit of a COVID blast, basically, over the last few weeks. So if we start to cough, it's the remnants of having the cough, basically.
And a croaky. I've just seen these, actually. I don't know if anybody's seen these before. Is this aniseed?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't probably like it then. But look at these little things, nippets. They're supposed to clarify the voice.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I should.
That's what I do before a podcast. I'll take a nippet.
A nippet.
A nippet to clear my throat, basically.
Oh, that's funny.
Because obviously we're talking for hours on end, generally.
Well, you do anyway.
I did last night. I had 2 podcasts back to back last night.
Yes.
So
I was going to say hi to Sumi and Mary and Elaine. Nice to see you. And Jennifer.
Hi, folks.
Nice to see you.
Here. And I like Mary's comment, really. I've heard that men go through their own type of menopause. Is that the menopause, basically?
The menopause. Well, yeah, we've sort of got a bit of a thing about the fact that everything that women have to go through, menopause, menstruation, it's all got the word men in it, hasn't it?
It's men that are affected. That's why, basically. We'd like to hear your thoughts on that comment. I'm sure I'll take cover and put my tin pot hat on before I read the comments, which would be interesting.
Yes, sorry, I've just changed the screen. I need to be able to see the chat. There we are. Thank you. Tara's here. Hello, Tara. Sorry, I'm still a bit croaky.
Good to see you, Tara. Yeah, that was the...
Jennifer says cheeky, but true.
Cheeky, but yeah. I like to be cheeky, as you know, basically.
Yeah.
And actually, thanks to all of you guys that did offer. We had a whole kind of, I changed a post that obviously we looked ill on, which was quite funny, cartoon one. And then we did receive a whole load of advice, really. Take oregano, do this, do that. So lots of people have got some really good kind of natural herbal ways to support kind of immune system. So we do lots of things. I found, for me, I've been doing sort of methylene blue, which is, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's basically ink or dye. I think it's kind of dye.
Is it like a cactus or something?
No, it's dye. It's clothes dye, actually. It was used for malaria years and years ago. But methylene blue, I think, is making a bit of a surge and comeback. There's lots of conversation about it online. I thought I'd try it. Interesting in the mornings once you've drunk methylene blue all day. So first thing in the morning, you get to see a slightly different colour come out of you, which is interesting. But I found it to be really good. So if you guys are into...
You're doing that, and I'm doing my million drops.
You got your million tea.
I got my million tea, yes. That's very supportive for lungs. So I'm... Actually, I did buy, I can't remember who it was that suggested it. It said, buy a little soup maker, and make a tonic, not a tincture, because that's what you put in the alcohol and just like a couple of drops, but make a little tonic that keeps for about a week. 7 to 10 days in the fridge in a glass bottle. So I've got everything downstairs now. My soup maker came this morning, so I'm going to get that going tomorrow. So
perfect.
I think it's just about supporting the bits of you that don't work very well anymore.
Well, we are getting older, and Candy's made a good point actually. Methylene blue paired with red light therapy.
Oh,
so we were doing that
as well.
Actually, we've got a red light machine, so
yeah.
we've been kind of making sure that every day we do 15 minutes of red light therapy, drink methylene blue. Oregano, all sorts of stuff. In fact, so many herbal tablets, we didn't have enough hours in the day to keep taking all this stuff.
So probably whittled it down into tonics, really, so you can put everything that's good, in the one thing.
And Kira's asking, what's Chen say about methylene blue? Well, I think it partly was his idea, actually. So I think I kind of hopped onto that.
We can always ask him in a minute, actually. Kira, you might need to remind me.
That could be quite a good question, to be fair.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. So thanks for all of your opinions, ideas, thoughts, and
it's very thoughtful.
recipes.
Thank you. We felt the love, didn't we?
We did. And maybe we need to consolidate all of your opinions and put that into here's a protocol basically that we can work on.
Yeah, we could pop a PDF up with the Menno one.
With the Meno one, yeah. And of course, a lot of people still suffering with COVID or long COVID. In fact, I had a podcast last night with a guy called Dr. Jess Armin, who's a doctor, medical doctor, and he specialises in people that have long-term chronic illness, including, and primarily really, long COVID. So he was talking about a lot of different things on there that I've yet to research. So, so that podcast should be dropped probably in the next week, I guess. That'll be quite interesting if you're interested in what's being treated, how to treat things, and why we treat those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Or if you have long COVID and you've been struggling with it. I know Dr. Brian Ardis, who I follow quite a lot, talks about nicotine patches.
Yes, so does Kira.
Jayne had them slapped on her back as well last week.
Well, we did. I mean, we did actually go through a phase of wearing just a part of one every day, didn't we? But apparently, it is very good for keeping COVID at bay. Although we did actually pick it up, I think.
We weren't wearing them.
Fine and everything.
That was the problem. Yeah, it's good as a preventative. So if you do things, if you've got ideas, or you're using COVID patches, or you're using nicotine patches even for COVID, or you're using nicotine lozenges, those sorts of things, it'd be good if you guys could shout that out, because we'll be interested to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody else on here will be interested to know. I think these versions of COVID are so kind of contagious that it's hard to sidestep them, really.
Nasty. Camille says, what brand of methylene blue are you? You got it up here? No.
Yeah, so I get it from a website called onlyresultscount.com, I think, or .co.uk. A guy called Harry Rhodes. So if you Google a UK guy called Harry Rhodes, Rhodes, they make, or he's very into all these sorts of things, and he's quite trusted. I trust him a lot, so I buy a lot of things from him, basically. And he sells their version of methylene blue. So that's the one that we use, which I think is downstairs probably.
Yes, in the kitchen.
Yeah. So Harry Rhodes, only results count. I think it's .com. It might be .co.uk, but you can hop over to the website and see their products. They also do all sorts of other things, structured water. So, containers that you can put water in with a battery, and it spins the water to restructure it as though it was coming down from a kind of spring.
Lots of things go on in this kitchen.
Jayne loves all these new things that come through the post, basically.
What's this for?
What's this for? Yeah. So,
yeah, actually, Fafi's just saying, look, there's a doctor who said that we were better off when we used to have soup every day. Well, that makes total sense, because it's so much easier to digest, but you're still getting all the nutrients from your food, aren't you? Makes sense.
That's true, actually.
We've actually had a lot of soup, haven't we, over the last...
Yeah, that's the first thing. It's chicken broth soup, isn't it? When you're not very well, you think I need soup.
I don't know why, but yeah, you just fancy it as well, don't you?
Yeah, you do actually. Yeah. NAC is great for lungs, kidneys, and liver. Yeah, that's what I think. Dr. Jess was talking about last night. Was NAC? I can't remember what it means now, but
that's Jennifer
Nacakinase or something. I think he did mention it anyway. It's one of the things that he uses for long COVID and for these chronic illnesses, because he was talking about people that have got fibromyalgia, CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, those sorts of things, which again is inflammation. Where's the inflammation coming from, and why, and how we can kind of support the immune system to kind of bring that inflammation down and to try and kind of clear it. So he was talking about I think it's Nacakinase. You can... I'm trying my best to get the pronunciation right, so it could be wrong, but NAC definitely rings a bell in the conversation I was having yesterday, really. Cool. Okay, so should we get Chen in for a quick chat?
Yes.
See what he has to offer.
We'll do half an hour or so of questions, and then he'll do our lovely little...
And we're talking about changing the date to Sunday.
Yep. Yes. I did put a poll out earlier on the Facebook page. We are thinking about changing this podcast to Sunday evenings. So it'd be Sunday evenings for us. So it'd be exactly the same time for you, but on a Sunday instead. And we'd like your thoughts really on that, because obviously it's quite a commitment every weekend rather than a weeknight, but we don't mind doing it at all if that's what everybody would prefer. So
well, it did kind of dawn on us, didn't it, that again we're doing a podcast in a UK time that doesn't really work that well for the whole kind of entirety of the States, really. And most of the audience we have are US based, sort of East West Coast. So we figured that if we moved it to a Sunday night, then effectively that kind of makes us more available to the people in the US, really. And of course to people in the UK, because people in the UK that are at work or work late obviously can't join these things, but they probably could on a Sunday.
I think on catch up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people do this on catch up.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to move things around to fit the audience, as we can, really, because obviously the whole point of us being here is to talk to you guys. So the more people that we can talk to, and the more people that are available to join us is the whole reason we're here, effectively.
Absolutely, yeah.
And of course, we know that Chen has this desire to be providing his guidance to as many people as we can kind of connect with and get to, really. So we are under the cosh a little bit with Chen, because spirit guides do want things to happen, and they do kind of. Chen always says to me, look, I don't know, you're the guy in the physical, you need to decide these things. We're in spirit and we're doing our part. Your job is to basically make this happen physically. And then we sit there and look at each other and think, how do we do that?
Then?
Yeah.
Kira's just saying, try it and see if your numbers increase.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think it's worth
It might.
worth a go, really.
Yeah. Well, I put a poll out anyway on the Facebook page. So assuming people actually get to see it, it's a little interesting test, or not test, but that post we did in the week about, I think you were saying something about I was going to down tools or something.
Basically.
Because Facebook have shadow banned us always. It's not a new thing.
But it kind of dawned on us, really. We were sort of looking at numbers and we are just basically looking at what's going on behind the scenes. We kind of realised that our audience, lots of people aren't seeing our posts, and we kind of wonder why that would be. And then we started to talk to chat and talk to AI and look at some other things, and we've also talking to social media, because all of our content is positive and it doesn't create negativity, it doesn't create contention and arguments and chaos, which is what you see if you're a conspiracy in the conspiracy world and you post something that's very contentious or religious. Probably there's lots of fors and against, people that are pro or negative, and of course arguments ensue generally, which tend to get a lot of interest. But of course, if you're positive content pushing, then people like what you do and put likes and that kind of stuff up, which you guys do. But of course, Facebook algorithm doesn't then push it to more people, because it doesn't see many people kind of engaging in positive posts. And I guess we've sort of looked across quite a lot of big people in the spiritual arena and noticed the same thing.
Our own research.
If you go to their pages, we watch what they post, and they get, a few likes, a few comments, a bit of engagement. But these are people that have like 200,000 followers. So clearly 200,000 people don't get to see these posts because the algorithm isn't pushing it out to most of the subscribers, really. Well,
what we worked out, wasn't it, that within the first 10 minutes of us putting that post out, a lot of people engaged, didn't they? A lot of people replied. And so, of course, then Facebook think, oh, this must be interesting. So in the next 20 minutes, if you get so many comments and engagement with it, then they keep pushing it out, which is why we had so much engagement on it. And then the very next day, I put out a little moving picture, a little reel about gratitude and how practicing gratitude raises your vibration. And I think there was something like maybe six likes in the first 2 hours. It didn't go anywhere. So it was an interesting thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is interesting. Of course, social media, I think, when we look at a lot of the big numbers, we look at some of these groups and people that have big followings, that was kind of back in the day when the algorithm was very supportive of pushing positive content. Of course, things have changed, and it feels like, and we kind of have realized that these algorithms now aren't really supporting positivity, and they're not very keen on people being spiritually opened either, because of course spiritually awake people don't sit well with the current organizations that run the world, basically.
Yeah.
So we're kind of realizing that we're in this space. I know Jennifer's here as well, 108.
Yeah, she's saying she's in a similar boat.
So I think most people are sort of struggling with how do we get the content to people that want the content.
Yes.
But of course, you're relying on the algorithms. We have to box a bit clever, really.
Yeah, well, actually, the social media company that we're using has said, actually, Jennifer, that it's all about email, which is a shame, because you want the engagement to actually, you feel like you are engaging, don't you, when you're on Facebook, whereas email's a bit faceless. And but get your email list up, and that was one of the main things, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was basically saying, her advice basically was to use, and probably for any of you guys that have a business, actually use Facebook and these social media platforms as the shop window. So here we are, this is what we do, and that kind of stuff. But if you really want to engage with us, you need to come over to our website. This is where we really are. This is where our products are. This is where we engage the most. join our mail list. And then when we've got people on the mail list, the emails that are going out are the real engagement, where we're talking about discounts and coupons and news. Everything that we're doing is happening via because of course emails dropping straight into someone's inbox, and you're more likely to see it. Whereas relying on the social media giants to push your content, if the algorithm's not doing that, is near on impossible. And we've actually tried spending quite a bit of money on boosting posts to see if that happens, and it still doesn't happen. So you can spend money with Facebook and boost a post, but you still don't get the reach.
Well, we've come to the conclusion it's a fairly recent thing, haven't we? Because, excuse me, we've looked at other spiritual influencers and people like Lee Harris. You know, absolutely, we love him, love his work, and he's just got lovely energy, hasn't he? And so, you know, we've been keeping an eye on how Lee's doing as well. And actually, he's not getting any engagement much on Facebook, so he's obviously having the same thing. But he's got so many thousands of followers that we think the algorithm that's doing this now, is a recent change, don't we?
Seems
so,
to be.
you know, we weren't struggling to get followers when we first set up our pages. But getting up now is like, it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, so I mean, you know.
So but it's all about the algorithms, and you just got to box clever with it, really.
Yeah, and there's, we're also considering other things. You know, I'm come from an IT background, so my kind of first thought goes to, let's build a spiritual Facebook. Let's literally build something that looks like Facebook, because it works like Facebook for spiritual people, and move the audience across to a platform that actually is positive and is kind of run by spiritual people, and it's not all about money and profit and that kind of stuff, because that should be easy to do these days, because there are lots of sort of content websites that you can spin up if you've got the right techie people behind you, which they basically do. So effectively it kind of is going through my mind, do we basically spin up our own version of Facebook and bring in lots of other spiritual people, not just for us, but we host the platform, we bring in and invite people like Jennifer who's on here, so we kind of get our own spiritual Facebook for spiritual people. I know it's probably a huge undertaking, because it sounds like the concept is that you could spin this up quite easily, but trying to get people off of Facebook onto it is the challenge, I guess, and that would be the interesting part.
We keep plodding on. We don't really beat us.
It's in my list of things to review really at some point.
Yes. I do think we need to get
Chen. Cool. Let's get Chen in. Okay. Boss lady's spoken.
I'm conscious of the time. Excuse me.
Perfect. Okay. I'll hand over to Chen, and we'll catch you in a moment.
Okay.
Good day to you, my dear.
Hello, Chen. Are we well?
Very well, of course.
Always,
yes. I don't suffer with these problems that you have in the physical life.
No.
We don't have lung problems when you have no lungs.
Well, yes, that's very true.
It's wonderful.
Yes.
You should come over sometime.
Oh, really? I'm not sure how long it will be, actually, from you.
Well, you will at some point, my dear.
Of course, yes. Yes, it doesn't bother me.
Yes, it's written in the stones.
Yes, I know. It comes to us all, doesn't it?
Yes, it's much better over my side.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But of course you have work to do, so you must carry on.
Yeah, we'll be here for a little while then.
Yes, of course. I have much for you to do, as you know.
Yes, I know. I've still got some questions. I didn't ask any of them last week because we were very busy on the chat. But what do you think of methylene blue?
Methylene, well, this is what I was suggesting, Jayne Andrew.
Yes.
To look at some different alternatives going back in time, of course. And obviously, some of these things, taken from a therapeutic perspective, are very beneficial. And of course, some of these older, you might say concoctions, different labeling, different words, of course, do things that are very, very positive. But of course, there's no money in them particularly. And that's why they've been sidelined generally. So we do have this whole problem with the current pharmaceutical world moving ahead, and obviously prescribing treatments and tablets and formulations based upon finance and profit.
It's become about it, yes. It's just become business, hasn't it?
But if you look back in time, lots of the old pharmaceuticals that were very good, their licenses have expired, and therefore any companies now can make them. And that's, of course, when they get pushed back into the archives. So sometimes looking back at what was used years and years ago it's a very positive step forward. And I think, from my perspective, looking at the assimilation of things like methylene blue, they work very, very fast to kill viral and bacteria pathogens, and therefore that can only be good.
Yes.
But again, not taken every day, year in, year out, but used in short bursts to basically bring the system back to equilibrium.
So then how long would that take?
Well, it's very depending upon the problems that you have, but for most people, probably not more than a week.
Okay.
So a short burst to basically kill bacteria, pathogens, viruses, those sorts of things,
Yes.
and then obviously stop. And you should feel the difference, because, of course, if you have viral or bacterial infections or problems, and then you take anything that's going to kill those type of pathogens, you should very quickly start to feel the benefits.
Yes.
So the feedback is you would know if it's working or not.
Yeah, okay.
And you know, young Andrew likes to try everything, my dear.
He does, yes. We've got a whole kitchen full of things, haven't we?
Yes, and obviously the natural things too.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you, actually. Sorry, I'm jumping in with my own question here. So when we were poorly over the last couple of weeks, I did everything that obviously that I was supposed to do and everything I could do, but I did actually have to end up taking a course of steroids to open my lung. So is there anything I can take now to counteract? They have a horrible effect. They do the trick. They do open up my lungs, but they have a horrible effect on my body.
Yes, of course, because they're very strong. It's a very strong.
Yeah, I know.
compound.
I've been taking them.
Yes, but then they do work, and of course,
I was desperate. Really.
Yes, so again, we have to look at what the benefit is. So if you're taking something, pharmaceuticals, there are wonderful pharmaceutical inventions that have come through over time. So not all pharmaceuticals are bad, and they save people every day.
Yeah.
So there would be lots of people passing on a daily basis if they weren't being supported by different types of pharmaceuticals. But the key, of course, is once you make a recovery, then detoxification has to be the conversation to get all of that out of your system, because it gets stuck in the kidneys. Obviously, the filtration system is where we have to think kidneys and liver. So those two things need to be focused on and detox. And
so hot lemon drinks.
Yes, anything basically that supports.
Okay.
Milk thistle obviously is good. There's a whole list of things that would be wonderful, but it's all about detoxifying. And the same when people take anything intravenously into their blood, obviously you know of what I speak, then you need to get that out really. And of course that is heavy metal detoxification programs where you can take things like, again, going back into the old days, charcoal.
Charcoal, I was going to say.
Natives have fires. They eat from the fire. They ingest charcoal every day, and charcoal is a detoxification platform.
Yes.
So sometimes we look at some of the old ways of doing things that seem to be in the past, but they actually are very current in terms of how they work and what they do.
Well, they still do the same thing, don't they?
Yes.
It's just they don't get recognised as much, do they?
Yes, but activated charcoal is obviously a modern cleansed version of charcoal, and that can be taken again over a week with a few other things, and that really pulls from the filtration system, the kidneys, the liver, and cleans the blood.
Okay.
I think I've said before, my dear, everything is about the blood, cleaning and clearing pathogens, viruses, everything's in the blood. So the blood is the focus really.
Yes.
To clear and cleanse.
Okay.
And in time to come, I'm sure you'll walk into your medical doctor's surgery, put your arm in some type of machine, your blood will be taken, and out will pop.
We won't need a doctor.
No, of course, because the blood is the key.
Yes. Okay, lovely, thank you. I do believe we have activated charcoal downstairs.
You have everything in this house.
And I've been doing the lemon tea. Okay, so that's good. I just want to try and make sure it's out of my system really, because they're really nasty. And of course, I had Ruth and King helping me as well.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes, they're a wonderful duo.
Yes.
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 Absolutely, very, very powerful healing.
Yes, young Ruth needs to find her confidence. She doesn't believe in herself as much as she needs to, but she offers and comes with a wonderful healing ability and capability.
Yes.
And of course, when you align that with a spiritual energy such as King, those two are very, very powerful together. And there are many combined people now that are working with spirit. And this is the way forward, of course, is that people that used to work in healing on their own in different modalities, join them with a spirit guide that brings that knowledge and energy into the healing, and it's a step change for the clients.
Yes. Well, it blew me away, I have to be honest, because excuse me, I'm croaky. King was able to tell Ruth, he was able to explain what he'd done. Ruth doesn't know anything about COPD, and I don't think I've ever really chatted to her about it anyway before. It was just and he's absolutely spot on. And you know, Ruth was sort of like, she loved having the what's the word, the validation,
confirmation
of her work, and the confirmation. Yes, and she felt very, very validated. So remember that, guys.
Yes,
Ruth and King together make a powerful team.
Yes, Ruth is coming up fast, very fast.
Yeah, there you go. Candy's saying about Demetrius Earth. We have that downstairs, I believe. I haven't used it for a long time.
Very good for parasitics.
Okay.
Cleansing and clearing patterns. And of course, good for binding too, because it's earth effectively.
It's very sticky, isn't it?
Well, it pulls again. Anything that's pulling heavy metals and detoxifying is good.
So would that be would that help in a sort of like a detox? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Candy. I do believe that's downstairs somewhere as well.
Yes. Maybe we could do one of these on all of these different
we could do a
workshop. Yes, that would be wonderful.
Yes. Okay. Let me jot that down because
everyone needs a detox. Every single person on this call, everyone that listens to this on catch up, everyone, because of the way the world is and the problems with water supply, what's in the water, what's in the air, what's being added to foods, everyone needs to be on a continual detox, but not a intensive detox, but it should be part of your day. As you said, my dear, start the day with lemon juice, vitamin C, obviously gets the stomach acid up to start with, and of course many people are aging, as you are, my dear. Stomach acid reduces. As stomach acid reduces, you're not able to break down foods and pull the nutritional compounds the same. So as you start to get to your 40s and 50s, then the natural cycle of stomach acid is a big problem for many people.
Yes.
And of course, many people take antacids, which are effectively alkalines, really, to reduce the levels of acid, which then compound the problem. Whereas you should be increasing the level of acid effectively as you age. But that goes against the modern concept.
Oh, and I think that the temptation to literally kill it dead is, you know, when you can, if you are suffering with it, is probably quite a temptation, really.
Yes, of course, but the reason you're suffering with acid is because of food. So it's the food choices that are causing the problem.
Yes.
If you go back to the old world and ate like native foods, you wouldn't have acid at all, because of course it's the current compounds and
the additives,
oils and all of the additives and other things that are causing the inflammation, causing the regurgitation, basically.
Yes. Gosh, some foods are really well. I think everybody's different as well, aren't they?
I would be interested to know on this call that we're on today, how many people suffer with stomach acid problems and how many people taking things to reduce the acid in their stomach because they're having reflux problems. It's probably quite a big number.
Yes, I think so. I think nearly everybody I know is taking something for that. Mind you, they're all my age, so obviously
old people.
Yeah, even Lloyd started to.
I was joking, my dear.
Old people. Thank you. Sorry, pass me by. Faffy's saying, "Yep, every day." Yeah, I know. It's a thing, isn't it? And I mean, Ollie's suffering with it as well, isn't he? So, and you know, he's only in his 20s. It's quite.
Well, it's the food system is the problem.
Yeah. Some way back the thread, I don't know if it was Gareth, I can't actually remember now, I'm really sorry. But He was asking about copper. I can't remember what the question was, and I might not be able to find it, but he was asking about the properties of copper. What's that?
Copper.
Copper. Okay.
Yes, we have copper here on the wrist.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So
I thought you were waving at the audience.
I could wave too. I was showing that we have copper, a copper bracelet.
Yes.
So copper has been used for a long, long time. Again, it obviously helps with bacteria and pathogens. And if you look at lots of the elder tribes and people, they use and know that copper was a good cooking method. Copper pans,
yeah, you still get them.
Copper generally,
yeah,
and of course copper in the blood is good.
Mm.
So again, some of these older things have been forgotten over time.
Yeah,
copper and magnets together work wonderfully.
Yes. So when Andy's wearing this copper bracelet, can you feel anything from that, or not really?
Not particularly.
No. Okay.
No. But again, copper is cleansing, and of course, copper is very conductive. So
yes.
We're going into the concepts that the ether around you continually is coming into your field, a bit like what we use when we make orgonite pendants and use orgonite crystals and metal,
yes.
basically,
yes.
together. Same type of thing. So a copper bracelet or band is known to pull in energetics.
And what about having magnets in them as well?
Yes, but it obviously heightens.
Yeah.
And it aligns the molecules, aligns the blood flow. And people know this with plants. If you put copper aerials in plants, the plants grow better.
Elaine's just saying that actually. Use copper in the garden.
Yes.
Yeah. Electro.
Pulling the energy into and sustaining the plants.
Yes.
So if it does that for a plant, it will do the same for an organism, effectively.
Yes.
So these are all of the old ideas and techniques that have been lost over time, really, for more modern ideas. But of course, quite often the old things that are simple work. And wearing a copper band, if you think of the native tribes, they wear copper earrings, so big copper loops. You see them all the time.
Yes.
And of course, a lot of that information was handed down from generation to generation across these tribes that are native.
Yes.
And they understand that they're pulling energy into their field.
Yeah.
So copper is wonderful.
And they've never really changed, have they? From the day that they discovered all these rituals and things that they've carried it on, haven't they, through generations? Whereas we now turn to pharmaceutical companies, don't we? Really?
Well, technology. Most people in the Western world look for a technological fix.
Yes.
And of course, things become trendy. Wearing a copper bracelet was not seen to be a sign of wealth, particularly.
Yeah.
But it's very healthy and healing. But of course, wearing some type of gadget on your wrist, or obviously the modern phones that are radiating your wrist continually because they're talking to your phones or talking to your devices, is doing the opposite. It's causing a health problem. And the same with all of these Wi-Fi devices. They're all using Wi-Fi radiation. So people that are wearing ear plugs or earphones that are not wired obviously are radiating their brain.
Yeah.
Because those things are talking with the radio frequency. So it can't possibly be good for you. It might work very well and be very easy to use with less wires and less things around you. But of course, from a health perspective, it's clearly not going to be good.
No, everything's wired in this house, as you can imagine.
Of course, my dear. You're very lucky.
Yes, absolutely.
You have someone that understands electricity.
Yes, and radiation.
Yes, the same as all of these smart meters and such like.
We don't have one of those.
Of course. Why would you?
No, I know that's probably a little bit conspiratorial. Well, not conspiratorial, but a little bit of a.
It's factual, actually, not
it's on the edge, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely, yes, it is factual. Yes. Yeah.
We have to align ourselves. What's factual and what's conspiratorial? There is a difference. And when something is factual, it's factual.
Yeah.
And if it's a theory that other people have ideas on, or maybe not, then of course it could be conspiratorial.
Yeah.
But the two things are very different.
Yeah. But we do have to be careful what we advise.
Yes, of course, my dear. That's your job, not mine. As you know.
Catherine's just saying, does Chen know about biogeometry, symbols that heal specific? Oh, we've talked about this before, haven't we? Symbols that heal illnesses and organs.
So
talked about symbols.
Sacred geometry, does she mean?
Right, yes, possibly.
So yes, of course.
Biogeometry. But...
Yes, all of those old symbols that go back in time, again, they connect to frequency. It's all frequency and energy. everything on the planet is frequency and energy, really. So
Yeah.
this is why when young Andrew was doing some of the work on websites and imagery, and we suggested using the flower of life. It's a very positive, protective, supportive image.
Yes.
And of course, if you're wearing clothing that has flower of life, those sorts of sacred geometry images imprinted, then that comes with a layer of protection, because that image has that. Same as a pentagram. If it's upright, of course, it's positive.
Yeah.
If it's inverted, it becomes negative.
If it's a star.
Yes. Oh, yes. If it's a star, it's good.
Yes.
If it's not a star, then maybe not.
No, somebody down at our van, I mean, I've just got stars and hearts and stuff everywhere anyway, but there was a star on the back wall, a sort of wicker star, and somebody said, what's the, why have you got a star there? I said, I don't know, really. I just love stars. And Chen said, pentagrams, my dear. I went, oh, yes, of course.
Yes. Pentagram is a star, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, at the time, it was behind young Andrew's head. It's a very protective image imprinted behind the imagery of the camera, effectively, for these types of lives.
Yes. Chen, can I just check with you? Candy said, would the zapper help the children with cold flu? Do we promote them for children? We have never recommended them for children.
No, it's probably, well, again, it's cleansing and clearing the blood. It would be probably something that you would need to be careful to advise, more of a parental choice, really. But of course, there's nothing that can
hurt them, can it?
No, there's nothing that can hurt them.
No.
But of course, when you get into legalities of things, then when you're prescribing something for an adult, of course, it comes with less stringent conversation than obviously for children.
Yeah, but, so maybe a shorter period of time?
Yes, maybe, yes.
And not every day?
No, certainly not a daily thing. I would say once a week is enough, really. That's what you do.
That's what you say to us, isn't it?
Yes, that's what you do.
Yeah, okay.
I do watch when you both sit there with your copper rods, smile to myself.
Well, yeah, I know. Rather do that than have worms, wouldn't we?
Well, yes. Well, parasites is a big conversation, of course.
It is in this house.
Yes, yes. It is in this house.
Oh, there you are, Candy. I mean, they can't do them any harm, but it's just, just use your discernment over it. Sorry, I don't know who it is. It's somebody on YouTube. I don't know the name, but they're quite eager to know what causes throat yawning effects and leg itching from an entity that seems like it's stealing life force from me. How do you deal with it?
So if you have something in your field, there are a myriad of different energies and entities, and of course they fatigue you, they pull the energy from you. There are entities that burrow into the etheric field, and of course when they're inside the etheric field, as they move, you will feel them as an itch, a movement. Young Andrew's had experiences of entities inside the etheric that you can feel moving around the stomach.
Yes.
And you know they're there. And then when we've cleared and removed them, that feeling stops immediately. So again, astral parasites really is probably the conversation here. So entities that are conscious, when we talk about entities, there are a myriad of thousands of different types of entities, all with different energy signatures, and some are very powerful, some not so. But there's a thing that we term as astral parasites. So think of parasites on a dog. Fleas on a dog, really. The fleas on a dog's back is annoying. The dog will itch, but it won't obviously cause too many problems. So astral parasites connected to your field would cause the same sorts of problems. An itch, a feeling there's something on you, but you're washing and there's nothing there. And of course, that's obviously putting aside the nutritional problems. If you have, if you had some sort of eczema or some type of nutritional problem, you might get the same feeling. But generally, if it's an entity or an astral parasite, it's in the etheric field or on the field. And that, of course, is... So sea salt baths would be a good way to clear that. So it's about thinking about clearing your field, clearing your vibration to remove them. So there's, again, we can think about bathing in sea salt is obviously good. We can use different types of herbal remedies, ingesting different types of herbal remedies to clear the field internally. So again,
we've talked about that tonight, haven't we?
Yes. And I'm sure we've probably got this on the website somewhere.
Yes, I expect so. We're trying to sort the website out. There's quite a lot of things on there. We need to streamline it a bit, but
some consolidation required.
Consolidation. Yes, that's it. That's it. Okay, thank you very much. I hope that helps. I mean, obviously, you know, when you do feel that you've cleared it, make sure you do your protection as well, because that's a really important part of daily life, really. So that's got to be sort of up there, hasn't it, as well?
Yes.
So yeah, okay. Thank you. We're still getting a few questions in. I'm conscious of the time, so we'll do another 5 minutes, and then if you could run us through our little meditation.
Yes, my dear.
That'd be lovely. Thank you. Tracy Pickett. I sell tombstones, memorial stone. What do I say or do to come home without earthbounds? Gosh, yeah, I can imagine. I deal with people in the lower states as they're grieving, obviously. Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh.
It's a problem vocation, really. Because again, if you're working with people that are in a very emotional state and very anxious, you know, they're crying, they're upset, they've just lost a loved one.
Yeah.
They're likely to hang on to loved ones. Loved ones, as we know, stay earthbound and connect to their siblings or their children or someone else. So if you're in that job, then of course you need to be doing a meditation before you leave home. So put yourself in your protective bubble, using intuitive connection to your guides, asking your guides to protect your field. So the same as when you walk into a shopping mall with thousands of people that are all in different emotional states.
Yes.
And people that are spiritually sensitive will come home feeling tired, fatigued, down, maybe emotional, maybe angry. So again, other people are influencing your energetics. So when you work in that type of environment, it's about protecting your energetics.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is meditation and connection to the guides.
Yeah.
Of course. And then clearing. So as people leave the property or the office you work in, clear the office. Again, tinctures, sound, sage, smoke, incense, anything that basically clears the space, moves on any of these energies that are still there and still stagnant.
Yes, yes.
And you know
that
spirit attachments, earthbound, will jump and connect to other people. So people that work in the church, people that are working with people that are going through bereavement are obviously huge, big targets, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yes, yes.
And of course, sovereignty checking. So again, you can learn very quickly to sovereignty check yourself, asking yourself 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Am I sovereign, yes or no? Am I sovereign, yes or no? Am I sovereign, yes or no? So this could be done before you leave home. So you check your sovereignty before you go to work. And then when you come home from work, you do another meditation, clear your field, intentional thought to the guides, sovereignty check. So you know that you've brought nothing back with you. And that will become part of a daily ritual. And it only takes moments, of course.
In your job, I would say that it's very prudent.
Yeah, so it's a wonderful job. What a wonderful job to take people through the process of passing. And of course, if you can help them to understand that they've lost someone close and dear to them and their family, but that person isn't lost, the conscious awareness has traversed into a different dimensional frequency, where spirit, where I am, and you get to see them again at some point.
Does grief always keep them earthbound?
It will do. It will
it?
hold that person or that energy back.
Yes.
And quite often, of course, the spirit won't want to go. And then they stay connected to the physical person.
Yeah.
And that's never good for either. The spirit's being held
it's
back.
Very draining, isn't it?
Yes, and that person becomes very tired and fatigued and negative.
And still grieving.
And the grieving will never stop because they're still connected to the energy of that person that's grieving.
It's always worth getting a bereavement check, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Matsumi says, in Japan, we often are provided a packet of salt at the time we leave a funeral home. That's interesting.
That's a wonderful idea.
Wow. People sprinkle
pack.
themselves before entering their house.
Yeah, so you could have a spiritual cleansing pack when you leave. That would be a good thing
to do. There we are, Tracy. Yes. Yes.
Yes. There's a business opportunity there.
Yeah, a business opportunity, yes. Or it might just be a little organza bag with some sea salt in it that doesn't cost pennies.
Or even using tinctures as people leave the place. Everyone is cleared energetically with some tinctures before they go back to their vehicle or their choice of travel. Yeah,
good idea. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm sorry about all the questions that we haven't asked, but come again next week and we'll see if we can fit you all in. But for now, Chen is just going to run us through a little 10-minute meditation to maybe kickstart your day or end your day wherever you are.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you, Chen.
Okay, so let's just take a moment to use our intentional thought to move ourselves into a different energetic frequency. So we're going to move into meditation. So find yourself in a comfortable place. Allow yourself to relax your arms, your legs, and then start to take breath work in. So breathe in through your nose, fill your lungs to capacity, and then exhale through your mouth. And continue to do that. So you breathe in through your nose, fill your lungs to capacity, and then exhale through your mouth. And as we continue to do this, we put the intentional thought to our spirit guides that we're going to connect with our guides through intention. We're going to ask them to help us to clear our field, to remove any negative energy, any stale, stagnant energy that we've picked up during the week. So this is you working in conjunction with your spiritual guidance. Now continue to breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And now just visualize in your mind's eye a column of bright white light that goes right down into the center of Mother Earth and is connected to core conscious energy at the top. So just see a bright white column of light, like an illuminated beam from a torch, and walk forward into that column and just stand there and allow the energy to clear your field naturally. So you're just stood inside a column of bright white light, being cleared and cleansed at the same time. You're organically being grounded and connected back to Mother Earth's core frequency just by standing in this column of light. And this column of light is connected to core conscious awareness at the top. We never connect to energies, entities, anything that's named. We connect to a frequency, and that frequency is source. It's source energy. It's benign energy. It's neither positive nor negative. We call it core conscious awareness. And this is you connecting to that frequency that's cleansing and clearing your field as you stand inside this column of bright white light. Now just take a moment to notice how you feel. Bring your thought process to your thoughts. You already are calming down anxiety, racing thoughts are subsiding as you start to cleanse and clear your energy, and your guides are connecting to your frequency, working behind the scenes to clear any negative, low vibrating frequency from your field. This you feel, you notice. Your heart rate is slowing down through intention. You're moving into a place of clarity, spiritual connection through intuitive choice. You're choosing to be in a meditative state, choosing for your brainwave state to be cleansed and cleared, reconnected to spiritual source. Now just continue to breathe in through your nose and loudly exhale through your mouth as we're really clearing any stale, stagnant energy from your field. Now in your mind's eye, just visualize a huge cliff face that goes up and on, connecting almost to the sky. And you stand underneath this cliff face and you look up. And as you stand there, allow all of your clothing to disappear. So you're just stood there as a spiritual energy, And now watch as water cascades down over this cliff face. Crystal clear, cleansing water, cascading down over your head, down past your face, down over your body, cleansing and clearing every cell of your body with high vibrating positive energy. This is your crystal waterfall. And as you stand there, you see the stone behind the waterfall start to change shape as it becomes clear quartz. Clear crystal quartz. This is your field. This is you connecting to the grid. You're being cleansed and cleared by the grid. And now allow yourself to walk into those stones, that crystal field, as you become amalgamated by the crystalline structure of planet Earth. You become at one with the mother, with the frequency, cleansed and cleared. You stand inside this crystalline structure, the grid. You can feel your legs pulsating. You can feel your body pulsating as that hum of energy that flies around the crystalline grid is moving through you, cleansing and clearing your field. You're part of the planet. You're part of the crystalline grid. You're in the grid. You're cleansed and cleared at the same time. And now notice your thought process. Your thought process has become instrumentally positive. You have huge clarity of thought and clarity of mind. Thoughts will start to come in now about your life, about the things that you do, the things you choose to do, the people you're with. Take this moment to think about current challenges and current problems in your life and let the grid resolve them for you. Just present the current problems, whether that be money, finance, jobs, family, work, acquaintances, people, health, whatever your current topical problem is today, give the problem to the grid to clear. And as you do so, you'll start to feel lighter and lighter as that conscious awareness is cleared from your field by the crystalline structure of the planet. And just stand now inside, imbued into this crystalline structure. Every cell of your being is changing frequency to a positive frequency. Every disease negative cell is changing frequency to a positive frequency. Every cell that now divides and splits and creates a new one will create a positive, high vibrating, healthy cell. This is how you organically change yourself with intentional thought, connecting to the grid, the mother, with the help of your guides. This is simple and easy for you to do. It can be done, of course, on a daily basis. So now just take a moment to notice how you feel. You feel calm, you have clarity of mind. Your cellular frequency has increased. Your spiritual frequency has increased dramatically. And now walk out of that crystalline grid. Walk out of that mountain range as a warrior of light in your light body. You have no form, you have no sex, you have no physicality. You are just light, pure white light. A warrior of light, here to work and change the frequency, working with the mother, working with Gaia's own energy, connected to spirit always. Telepathy is online always. This is who you are. You are a warrior of light. Remember, that's why you came. It's what you're here to do. And you do this every day. In this meditation, let's just remember who you are. And you're supported by an immense team behind the scenes. They're all rooting for you every day. With love, with clarity, in a positive way. You only have to ask, and we will be by your side. Now just bring your conscious awareness back into that column of light. Walk forward and step into that column. And then you see your physical form starts to remanifest inside that column of light. This is you coming back into your physical body. Your spiritual energy is being harnessed and aligned with your physicality. And now just take a moment to notice that you're back in the room that you're in. You can feel your feet, your hands. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Excuse me. Thank you, Chen.
All right, my dear. Did you sail off somewhere nice?
Yeah, it was lovely. I mean, I heard it all.
Well, that's good.
Yes, thank you. It's very good. Actually, the funny thing was when we went into the cliff face, or before that, just before you said, imagine it's pure, clear, crystal quartz, I was already seeing amethyst.
Wonderful. That's good.
Amethyst face.
It's a different frequency. It's fine.
Yes.
And this is what it's a good point, my dear, that when we do these guided meditations, if you see something different or something different comes up in your meditation, that's right for you.
It's for you, yes.
So continue to go with what's coming forward. It's probably your guides. And for people that disappear, many people start meditations and they seem to just lose themselves. And they think they've been to sleep, but they haven't. Quite often, the guides will use the opportunity as your frequency changes and rises. They will take your conscious mind to a different space, maybe a teaching environment, maybe you're being programmed, maybe your frequency is being changed. But we as guides use the intentional point in time if we can. And I used to do this with young Andrew all of the time. He used to go to meditations. He was always tired. It was after work. He'd close his eyes and I'd use the opportunity to nip in and take him off to one side. And we would work and we would teach and I would teach him and we would do things in a completely different vibratory space. And then he'd wake up and think that he'd wasted his time. But this is how we teach.
Yes, yes.
So never think that you've gone to sleep. You've probably been put to sleep. You haven't gone to sleep.
Yes, that's interesting actually, isn't it?
Yes. It'd be interesting to hear if any of these people on this particular meditation found themselves going to sleep.
I think most of them are just happy to be giving their problems to the grid.
Well, that's good. And that's what the grid is there to do.
Anybody drop off? Anybody have a little snooze? Don't think so. Quite possibly. Mind you, it's a very short one, you see, isn't it?
Yes, it's designed to be quick.
Just wonderful. Yes. Yeah.
And I actually think these are more powerful than longer ones because when we run long meditations, especially in the training courses, lots of people that are new to meditation or new to the spiritual path will struggle to maintain conscious awareness.
Yeah.
And of course, their mind starts to go off.
And to switch off, really, in the first place.
Yes, and switch off. But if it's only a short meditation that's done in repetition, then actually there can be a lot more movement, really, from a vibratory frequency change clearing your field, which more shorter meditations than one big long one.
Yeah. Yes.
So
and there's quite a few, all these ones that you do on a Monday evening now, the short ones. Excuse me. Andy he sort of cuts it out and pops it on the website. So it's all free to listen to, but there's quite a few short ones now, isn't there?
Yes, and you did your own, my dear,
I did do one myself, yes. He does this very professionally. I think he has music, doesn't he? And, but mine was just my husky, sultry tones.
Well, different meditations by different people work for different people.
Yeah.
So it's good to have variety and it's good to have more. So again, different people's voices have different frequency carriers and modulation overlay.
Yes.
So when you're listening to one person, they may not work for you, someone else will. The same meditation given by someone different will have a different reaction.
Yes.
So it's good that there's multiple people, yourself and Andrew currently, of course, doing these types of meditations.
Yeah, well, that's good. Or maybe I'll think about doing another
You
one.
must persevere, my dear. Yes.
Okay. Elaine said, I think what she means is she said, it just happened to me. I think she meant that she'd fallen, she'd sort of like dropped off somewhere. Candy says, yes, I used to fall asleep a lot too. All part of the process, but I now stay lucid.
Yes.
Tracy Pickett gets very warm palms.
That's just higher vibrational frequency.
Yes.
As your cells vibrate at a higher frequency, so they create heat.
Yes, Chen makes my palms hot.
Yes, this whole room is hot.
Yes, it is. It is generally, yeah. But I've got the window open out there, and we're yeah. Mary said she lost. And Vanessa, some of them froze. I think we lost connection with you when you were talking about making your own Facebook. Oh, we didn't come back until you were already talking to Chen. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. I'm not sure if that's the same for everybody, but sorry if so.
But of course, the other platforms may have been fine. So those listening on YouTube may have been fine.
Yes. Okay, well, we'll invite Andy back. Thank you.
Well, it's been my pleasure, my dear, and I'd say thank you to everyone for having the audience. And as always, I enjoy these so much, and the time goes so quickly on my side.
It does.
I could talk all day, really.
Well, yes, we know you could.
Yes.
That's where Andy gets his chatterbox from.
Well, yes, of course, we do choose wisely. So when we are in our guide state, then we do need to choose each of you aligned with guides that have the right type of teaching or energy or the things that you'll go through to help and support.
Yes. Yeah, that's nice to know. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. We're deciding at the moment whether to swap over to Sunday evenings instead.
I'll see if I'm free, my dear.
Can you be in multiple
Let me
places
check my calendar. Of course we can.
The spiritual calendar. Well, I'm your earthly PA, so I shall probably be arranging you or organising you.
You'll need to contact me. Send me an email.
I'll message you, yes.
Okay, Chen, day, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello. That was quick.
It was.
Felt quick.
Yeah. Well, Fafi's saying I like the idea of Sundays. Yeah, I think it probably would be better. We were just chatting about that. Jen said he'll see if he's free.
Of course he would.
Yeah, nice little meditation again.
Cool, that was good.
Yeah.
I'll do that a bit later then. Since I'm normally a day behind.
You're the only one that hasn't done it.
Yeah, I know, that's the funny thing, really. Just laughing at Tracy's comment. I love how warm my palms get.
Yeah, that's the vibration thing. Yeah,
that's good.
A few people.
Freezing on Facebook. See, that's because we talked about Facebook. Facebook's wonderful algorithm, interestingly. Yeah, because their mind froze on.
Oh yeah, they're on. Yes.
So it'd be interesting for those that were on YouTube to know whether theirs froze or not, which would be.
It's because
telling.
It went out. Look, when you were talking about making our own Facebook. Of
course, yeah, right.
That's
figures.
Yeah,
these algorithms are quite clever, obviously.
Yeah.
They're listening. It's AI, isn't it? That's a whole other world of conversation, AI.
Yes, the hot topic at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it actually from an SRA perspective. Chat to Ruth about it. We were sort of laughing to say that, of course, anyone that works in spirituality doesn't have to worry about their job being replaced by AI, because AI can't replace us connecting to guides and doing spiritual work. So AI kind of isn't able to, expand into that field really.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they'll try to do something, but yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Jennifer says thank you. That was graceful. Oh, Candy says you were okay on Facebook.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a localized thing, because obviously Vanessa and Mary are both in this area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, let us know what you think with go and have a little entry on the poll on Andy Porter Psychic Surgeon Facebook page. Let us know whether you prefer Sundays.
Yep. And hello, if you're doing on YouTube, remember to like, follow, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, which is good.
Yeah. And also we have the new course starting tomorrow night. There's still time to register if you'd like to do it. So the 6-week meditation protection course, which we're probably now, because a lot of people have already done them, we're going to change things up a little. We were talking about it the other day, weren't we? We'll run the 2 courses that you run currently. We'll just make them once a year and put some different courses in between.
Yeah, we've been doing the same courses for God knows how long, 10 years, probably 15 years, I guess. So I've been doing the same things. I like the courses. They're good and they're quite well polished now as well, because we've been doing them for so long. But they are kind of protection based and obviously lots of people have done those courses. So we
We
were
bang
thinking
on about it
about,
all the time,
Well,
don't we,
yeah,
about protections.
it's our world. It's what we talk about every day.
Yeah.
Protection is like having breakfast to us, really. So,
Yeah.
It's what we do on a daily basis, and we cover it and talk about it, and we try and teach people. But we are aware that, people like the concept of connecting to spirit guides, and there's other sort of spiritual teachings that people are interested in. So we're kind of reviewing what we think we'd like to do and what you guys would like to do. So if you've got ideas on courses or training that you'd like us to consider or think about or review, pop them through, send us an email, contact@andy-porter.co.uk. Jayne will pick it up, and then she'll come and see me. And we'll have a chat about it.
Things, yes.
Yeah, probably fun a carousel goes out or something. Because you do like carousels.
Yeah, I do. I enjoy making them. It's quite artsy-fartsy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Well, thank you for joining, everybody. I'll let you get on with your day. Actually, that's true. Probably not Tara, actually, because Andy's got he's got commitments through the day, every day. It's only really a Tuesday night, even, isn't it, that you've got?
Yeah, because of course we've got SRA things going on as well.
Now. Got podcast channels, so.
Yeah, we're quite busy, really. And of course, it's trying to find the times that fit in with you guys as well. So obviously, your daytime is our evening, effectively. Yeah,
but Tara's here, isn't she? She's sort of saying, right, would we ever do an earlier one? So that, so it was easier. But couldn't really, could we? It's got to be an evening. With all your commitments.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, really. Yes. And of course, we're running like two businesses because Spirit Leads Academy takes up half of my time as well. So, quite a lot of things going on with that, and obviously that's moving forward, training and teaching people and that kind of stuff. And Jono's busy with me doing that too. So half of our time is split on sort of SRA world and Terry and research, that kind of stuff, and then the other half is obviously on this side together, really. Nice. And Chen's continually finding a list of things that he wants us to do.
And Candy's just saying SRT bridging to a medium as a course.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. We have talked about that because there are SRT practitioners that started as facilitators that have been developing as mediums. So we are kind of aware that from an SRA perspective, we need to cover that, actually. So it might be worth, Candy, dropping Ruth an email on that line, and we can have a little chat about it, which would be good.
Yeah, do. Yes.
Yeah. So again, contact@spiritleadsacademy.com. You can see how often I say this; it just rolls off the tongue now. Contact@Andy-Porter, contact@spiritleadsacademy.com. So that's what we do. Perfect.
Diana Schultz is saying, hello, Diana. I didn't realise you were on. I would love at least a monthly meeting with a support group as an ongoing development.
That'd be quite a good idea. Yes. You could run that, actually.
Me?
Yeah, it's you. You got more time than me.
Oh, hi.
Well, apparently. So you just said I was very busy. So you could do that.
Well, I meant we were both busy. Yeah, that's something.
That's a really good idea, Diana, actually.
Support group.
Yeah. And you're good with you've got the female audience, haven't you? The menopausey type conversations and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, of course there is, yeah. But that might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. So, of course, it's tomorrow. But like I say, it's all bookable on the website. So,
and we need to get our next global meditation date on the website, don't we?
Yes.
Do we know when that is?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say yes. It's on the.
I think we did fix a date, but I can't think what it is. So
cool. That'll be up on the website soon.
Yes, it will. So I think actually the old one's still on there. Anyway, we need to let these people go.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, folks. We'll say goodbye. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you again next Sunday now, probably.
I think it probably will be Sunday, but we're putting it out through the week.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, and if anybody's on the call that is registered for the course tomorrow night, we haven't sent the link out yet, have we?
I haven't done.
No, you haven't. No. So that's the next job before we go and sit down.
Cool.
Oh, just before we go, Porter's on. This is Camille's son.
Oh, okay.
First time watching the live streams. That was awesome. I feel way less anxious. I've gotten a little more clarity and energy. I have one question about how I combat fatigue. My mind and body has just felt drained over the last couple of months. Okay. Get Mum to send us an email, or you, Porter, one or the other, and we'll sort something out for you.
Cool name. Tell Mum.
Porter. There's no better name than Porter.
You're part of our clan in some different way, basically. Same frequency of name.
Yeah, just drop us an email or get Mum to. That's fine. we can talk about that. And Tom's saying, thanks again, Jen.
Yeah, good for joining, Tom.
See Tom on.
Yeah, interested in your feedback, which will be good. Tom's quite new to this whole spiritual path conversation, so be interesting to see how Tom's getting on with these conversations, meditations, and general concepts, really, which will be good.
Okay.
Ashley's
only just yet. Hello, goodbye.
You can do it and catch up, Ashley.
Yes.
You'll be on Facebook in about 5 minutes, probably.
Okay, lovely to see you all. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yep, thanks for coming, folks, and we'll catch you again next week.
Cheerio.
Cheers.